Alex Fine, who is the husband of Cassie Ventura. From his point of view, what are y'all thoughts, man? If you trying to support your partner through something like this, but then you finding out some crazy shit too.
Be like, damn, you was really getting peed on and all this, you was really like, when I'm like, damn, wait a minute, like you really enjoy this pee shit for real, like that's crazy to me, like,
Yo.
you know what I mean, like, but I feel like you gonna have to like, for good or worse, like, that's what he signed it up for.
Diddy is the real 69 God. Diddy is the really, he's the 69 God. Really is Diddy, he's the 69 God. Really is Diddy, he's the 69 God. Really is Diddy, he's the 69 God. Hey, come on,
Everybody
man.
on one.
Right.
Oh boy, man.
But is he?
Hey,
But is he lying though?
am I? Come on, y'all. Y'all been paying attention to this trial. And real quick, man, shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. You are here with your favorite cleanup crew. That's right. It is the Saturday morning cleanup.
Let's
Yes.
go.
It's your boy Rome Jones representing one half of the world famous IAS. It's an experience. And you know I got my boy, my brother DJ Biggs with me. You already know. Yes, but we are not alone. You know we not alone because we got our big cuz with us too. You know she here. What's up, y'all?
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Okay. The
Bunch of freak offs. That's
some freak off, nigga.
what's going on. A bunch of freak offs.
I didn't know it was this possible for freaky shit. It's some freaky shit going on out here, y'all. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely the trial of the year so far. Diddy versus the United States of America is the official, title so forth. But it feels like Diddy versus Cassie right now, based off of the first week here, and with 1 week, 5 days of just court stuff, 4 days of testimony, and a lot of it with Cassie on the stand here, 8 months
Yeah.
pregnant at that, right? But y'all know on this podcast, you're not gonna get the news up here. We're not don't think you're gonna get any legal analysis or anything of that sort because we're that ain't our bag. But what we do like to talk about up here is relationships and love. And there's a lot of that going on up in this story and in this case. And I don't know about y'all, but it's a lot of toxicity. A lot of toxicity coming up out of this here. And we want to kind of start off and talk about that with y'all with this go around in this Saturday morning. And it's really just about toxic relationships and just some of the dynamics that have came out of this trial as well. But we'll start there with toxic relationships, y'all. I mean, like when you think about just some of the stuff that's came out of not only this trial, but just what we've heard over the years. I mean, what can we add to this? Like, what is the moments that we have had when it came to these toxic relationships and how we deal with them? You want to take it first,
Go ahead, Charlie. You lead the way. Go ahead.
Now I don't think I've had a lot of talk. Well, yeah, I'm yeah.
Right.
I was gonna try to pretty it up, but I honestly cannot. So I remember being in a relationship many years ago, and and like I would get upset, about things, and instead of talking them out, like I would do like little stuff like call, get your line suspended. Ride past your house and like call you and be like, what you doing? And you lie and be like outside flashing lights and stuff. So I mean, I've done some toxic things. Shout out to growth and maturity.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's one of those things when you find yourself in toxic moments or you're dealing with toxic people, is recognizing that. I think that's the biggest thing, because some people think that's just normal, It's no, that's how it's supposed to be, but it's not. Ain't nothing healthy about it at all. Yeah, at all.
Nothing at all. Yeah, Charlie. Look, I'm, okay. A lot of people don't know this about me, right? But my wife definitely knows this about me. I'm a very petty person. I can be very petty. Well, matter of fact, I'm not gonna say I am petty. I can be petty. Let me clean that up. Okay, I can be petty if I want to. All right, and yeah, I done did some things similar. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we can go in on that. But I want to hear from you, Biggs, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, man, like that whole like toxic thing. I've been that I guess you could say that fuck boy. You know what I mean? I've been that. You know what I mean? I've been that on some bullshit, like calling, like, you know, just doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? Doing the drive-bys, like popping up, and when I look back on it, it was like I was just young and I was like naive and kind of like really feeling like I ain't have no like self-love, you know what I mean? So it was just like more so I was trying to be more, I had more, I cared more about that individual than I did myself, you know what I mean? So it was just kind of, I was willing to do whatever, you know what I mean? And just do things that was out of my character. So like you said, the pop-ups, like the calling, or just, you know, I don't know, it was just kind of on some, now that I look back, I was really on some nut shit for real. Like I was really nutty.
Lifetime movie.
What up, bro? Yeah, like
like I was really but
you see him peeking through the bushes, like
right. Yeah, but nah, for real. But that was a while ago, man. You know what I'm saying? But we learned, and I really kind of grew from that situation. I feel like that molded me into, you know, the person I am. And, you know, I think I just look at the whole Cassie and Diddy situation. It's like, you know, she was young, you know what I mean? So it seemed like she was just kind of trying to please him or go with the flow, but it doesn't make it right. You know what I mean? It's a lot to unpack with this whole situation for real. It's just, you know, that young love, you know what I mean?
Well, so. We also too, the fact that you bring up Cassie and Diddy at this moment. Yeah. The fact that he's 17 years older than this girl.
Yeah, crazy.
Like,
hey, did you see what she was calling him? There was a chain she was wearing. I saw a picture the other day. It said Pop Pop. That's what she used to call him. So when they said that in the court, I was like, that's wild. My daughter called my pops Pop Pop. You know what I mean? So that's crazy.
But you want to know what's even crazier about that is the fact that he wanted her to start calling him that because she told him that's what she called her grandfather.
Yeah, that's nasty work. That's nasty.
Weird. Some weirdo shit, nasty. Right?
Yeah.
So, and that speaks to the toxicity, right? And that speaks to the age difference that you're talking about, Charlie, and the maturity and the you know, wanting to have that status, you know, amongst her. And I just and just to kind of wrap up the whole toxicity piece of it all, and even thinking about age, because there's a age difference. My wife and I, we have a 7-year age difference. So this definitely is not the dynamic, obviously, right? You know what I'm saying? If you know me and my wife, you would think that we're like the same age, or if anything, you would probably think I'm like 30 years older than her. No, I'm playing. Because, you know, I got an old soul. But anyway, but as far as like the toxicity though, I will say, just to be transparent, as far as some of the petty things that I have done, oh man. So you know what I mean, I've said some things. I'm more of like a guy that I say the petty thing more than anything, right? You know what I'm saying? My words kind of like, they kind of sting a little bit, or they can sting a little bit. Of course, I'm not going to say those things on here that I've said.
Right.
But yes, I will say the petty thing, and that will be just as damaging in a lot of cases. So I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of it. I'm just, like I said, I'm just being transparent because we with the crew. You You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what we do on here, right? So in transition though, and thinking about this trial, all right, I now want to kind of switch gears and think about just how Alex Fine, okay, who is the husband of Cassie Ventura, he's been in the proceedings of pretty much the entire week, and a lot of the testimony that's came out of it, some of it I'm sure he knew, some of it I don't think he knew. So going into this, right, from a partner's perspective, you're supporting your wife, the mother of your children. He is somewhat a part of this situation as well because he was the trainer, you know, that Diddy hired, that was her trainer. She ended up leaving Diddy for him. So, you know, right? He's kind of a part of the situation. But from his point of view, what are y'all thoughts, man? If you trying to support your partner through something like this, but then you finding out some crazy shit too.
I don't know, man. I feel
strong.
Yeah. You gotta have some thick skin for real to kind of go through that. But I feel like she's probably already confided a lot of this stuff already to him. And some of the stuff you're right. She may have not, or it may be a new discovery for him. But I feel like you gonna have to, like, you know, for good or worse, like, you know, that's what he signed it up for. So he gotta wear that, you know, and take that on the chin and really support her for real, because she's going through a lot. You know what I mean? To kind of even be brave enough to kind of get to this point. So I would just say try to be as supportive as possible. That will be my mindset, is just trying to be as supportive as possible, but still be like, damn, you was really getting peed on and all this, you know, and you was really like, when I'm like, damn, wait a minute, like you really enjoyed this pee shit for real. Like that's crazy to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like you, I'm like, I'm like, all right, cool. That was in your past. Like you a little freaky phone, but you know what I mean? But you really enjoy this pee shit for real. I'm like, all right, cool.
Why would you say it?
No. This is, look, we coming from his point of view. You know,
coming from my perspective. I'm just coming from. And I wouldn't say that, but that's what I'm saying. What we all thinking in our heads, right?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I would be thinking in my head, but I wouldn't really say that. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm giving the people what I would say, what I've been thinking in my head. I'm like, yo, she really enjoyed this pee shit. I wouldn't say that.
Real tears.
I was gonna take it a different direction,
but take it there, Charlie. Go ahead, take it there, Charlie. Go ahead.
Because you know,
steers right, Charlie.
I just think that's a little, you know, that's a little jacked up. Like, and I get, you know, you're making light of the moment, but also too, like, my mind immediately went to the fact that, like, these things were happening to her, and she was really under the influence. Like, she was not herself, and for her now husband to have to hear maybe some of these things, and also too, we don't know what he's seen or heard, like what all she may have divulged to him or not. But it's like when you say, like you said, for better or for worse, and knowing that all of this happened, you know, before him, and the dynamic of Cassie and Diddy's relationship, her calling him Pop, and he's 17 years older than her, that weighs on you. But, you know, really shout out to him for just being supportive. I think that's the biggest thing. Thing. Yeah, because
I mean, definitely showing support.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she had to read back text and stuff. Like, these are the things that she actually said or actually did. Right. That's wild.
But then again, though, it's like the way I look at it is like, if I don't really give a fuck what my partner did before me, like that ain't got nothing to really do. My mind says that's your past. We all got a past. We all ain't perfect. You know what I mean? So who am I to kind of put you on a cross and judge you? You know what I mean? I have no reason or no business judging you. Only God could judge you. So that's something you know what I mean. So I wouldn't even. I'll listen. Like you said, for better for worse, and I support her because that's what I chose to kind of enter in a marriage with her at this point. So my job is to support her. You know what I mean? Is to be her best friend, or is to listen, is to kind of be that sounding board. And she wasn't in her right mind. She was on drugs. She was doing all types of stuff. So I mean, it's a fucked up situation that he's got to sit there and listen to all this bullshit. But at the same time, it's just kind of like I would be just kind of like, you know what I mean, heads down, like holding a straight face, holding it down. You know what I mean? But still thinking some of that weird like I'm just trying to make like light of it.
No, and then think about you. So I feel both of y'all, right? And I'm gonna take us home with this, and then we're gonna take it to Big Cuz. And then as far as like, I feel like it goes to the question everybody's asking: was Cassie a victim, or was she just a freak, right? And I think two things could be true at the same time. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think at one point,
Shorty was with the shits.
She was with the shit.
She was
okay. She was with the shits. This was not a 100% coercion. Like there was a piece of her that liked some of this at some point. That was uncovered in this. Now this isn't on trial. She's not on trial, right? This is nothing against her. She is a victim, though. She is a victim in this situation, and that does not need to be made light of. And as her husband, continue to hold her down. I salute you, brother, because it takes a lot to sit there and to listen to the stuff that your wife used to be into, right? And I will, and just to kind of take it home and make a little light of it as well, because there's levity and everything, right? I mean, years down the line, you know what I'm saying? Don't be on no vanilla shit. Don't be on no vanilla shit. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? We down the line now, okay? If I want, we want to do some things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say like, oh, I don't like.
I'm not. That's not me.
I've never done that before. Like,
I never done that before. Right.
Just saying, man.
I mean, some people can change, though.
Very true, Charles.
Have a more sophisticated. Jerome said, "Don't act like you ain't never done this."
You know what I'm saying? Shoot. If I ask about maybe.
Hey, keep it spicy now. Keep it spicy now.
Let me stop. All right. But anyway, but shout out to Cassie, man. Definitely a very difficult week for her. And shout out to just all the victims involved and any victims out there of domestic violence and anything of this sort.
Yeah, we don't condone that. We definitely don't condone that bullshit he did. Use a hoe if you hitting on women. Use a real hoe. And I'm going to put that out there. Use a hoe. You're not a man. You're a coward if you're hitting on women.
Bitch ass nigga. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that for you too, but hey, it don't matter because we're gonna keep it going and we're gonna kick it over to our girl and one of our favorite segments of the show, man. We're gonna kick it to our girl, Sherry.
Yes, sir. Listen, y'all, if y'all have any questions, any comments, I'll even say concerns, we want to hear from you. You can use the hashtag AskBigCuz. You can hit us up via email at the SaturdayMorningCleanupCrew@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on TikTok and Instagram as the Saturday Morning Cleanup Crew. And listen, we want to hear from y'all. Send us your questions. Send us, like I said, your comments, anything that you want us to know, and we'll make sure that we shout you out. I also want to take this next part of this piece here just to say, listen, if you are experiencing any type of domestic violence, please know there are people out here that love you. There are people out here that want you out of that situation. And it may seem like it's difficult, but there's always a way out. So I don't know who that's for, whoever's out there. There are local shelters, there's numbers you can call, things of that nature. And from a Saturday Morning Cleanup Crew to you, listen, we support you 100%. Get out of that situation as quickly as possible. All right.
ASAP.
Let's go.
ASAP.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Sir.
Appreciate you, Charlie Ray.
I appreciate
And we appreciate like the viewers. We appreciate everybody that's supporting us up to this point, man. And before we get to the last segment and our favorite segment here, I do want to kind of ask you all one last question here. When you think about just our relationships and just, you know, I mean, we don't got to get into our sexual natures or anything up here, but I mean, where do you draw the line, right? Where do you actually draw the line when it comes to sex in your relationship? Like, where's that line drawn?
I can tell you, I'm not doing that pee shit. So, we definitely drawing the line.
Oh no.
Yeah, we. Yeah.
Look,
Now listen, I got a question. I'm sorry. Now, so if a female squirts on you, that's technically she peeing on you, right? Am I right or wrong? I'm not.
It could be a little mixture of sort.
That's pee. That's technically pee.
I mean, it's like Charlie said, it's a mixture. You know, it's you know, it's a lot of stuff kind of going on in the squirt. You know what I mean? But you know, but I guess you could say like, you know, it's half and half. So yeah. But yeah. But yes, that line. Where like?
I feel like that. I mean, it's subjective. You know, you have some people they have different things that they're into, like bondage and what is dominatrix stuff, and you know, I ain't with all of that. So I think it just depends on what your, you know, preference is, and also too what you are willing to do, because to me, when you get down and dirty, it's a vulnerability that come with that. And you really got to trust, like, you know what I'm saying? Not to take advantage of the situation or whatever. So
not diddy it up, you know?
No.
Right.
No. Don't diddy it. No. No.
I'll say
that diddy it up.
Yeah, we don't need to diddy it up. But no, I'll say real quick, my wife and I, we draw the line just with that multiple shit. We are not in that sweet shit. Like we're just too jealous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, we've had the conversation, right? And we was like, no, we're just too jealous. We love each other way too much to be sharing like ourselves with anybody. Yeah. So
I don't like that share.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean?
Stingy. I'm selfish. Absolutely not.
But speaking of freaky shit, I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for our final segment, our favorite segment, which is the Saturday morning mix. That's right. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna create a playlist. Big shout out to Tidal. You can find all of our playlists on Tidal. Search IAX and look for any of the SMC mixes. And this week we're gonna piggyback right into our topic at hand, which is freaky shit. All right, so we compiled a playlist here of some of I would say our favorites, or just songs that stand out as some freaky, some of the best freaky songs out there. Let's put it out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a compilation of that. So we're gonna do 3 for 3 for 3. And Charlie Ray, get us kicked off. What was the first one you had for us?
Oh, I'm rethinking it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. I said Chris Brown, Take You Down.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
But now, because when I think about freaky, like, but then again, I'm gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it, yeah.
Take you down, like
okay.
I really want to take you down, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Good start. What about you?
Yeah, that's a good. So I went with the first one. I went with "Put It in Your Mouth," featuring Kia Jeffries. That's like a classic. You know, it started off just "Put it in your mouth," you know, "Hey, your mother." Nah, but I had to go there, man. You know, that's oldie but goodie, man. Still go crazy.
So look, right. So that song took me to my childhood. Pause. Right. But you know what I mean? I mean, like teenage years, you know what I'm saying? When you was going to parties and shit, like that was one of the ones that was like when you're transitioning and you going to that time of the party, that was one of them songs that they played, right? So I had never listened to that song as an adult till you threw it in the list, right? And I was like, I forgot about this one, right? So I'm just letting it go. That's a freaky ass song.
It is, bro.
That's a nasty song. If you listen to it in its entirety, you know what I mean? And I never listened to it like that. Like, because you listening to it usually in a party, you grinding up on it. So, but, nah, bro, that's a nasty ass one.
Yeah, I had to lead off with that one. So I was like, this is perfect.
Hey, man. Well, I want to, for my first song, I'm gonna kind of go in that same realm, and I'm gonna shout out BRS Cash. Oh, baby, man. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Come on.
Hey, man, that's a classic. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. All right, Charlie, what's your next one, man?
We're gonna take it back just a little bit. Adina Howard, Freak Like Me.
Just like that. What? Come on, yo.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Didn't even know what we were singing back in the day. Didn't even.
Right, didn't even know. He was just going off on that.
But Dina, Dina still got it too, y'all. Shout out to Dina.
Yeah.
What's your next one, Biggs?
I went with Janae Aiko, On the Way. Slowed it down. She was talking some freaky stuff on there. If you really pay attention, how she want to take care of that brother that's coming, or when she's coming on the way. So I really like that. Nice little vibe to set the mood. You know what I mean? Freak.
Shout out to Mila J, man. Shout out to Mila J on that as well.
Yeah, she went crazy.
My second one, I'm gonna go Lil Ru, Nasty Song. Right. So I just was thinking, yeah, man. I had to pick something that took me back to that time. So yeah, take it home for us, Charlie. What's your last one?
I got Lil Kim featuring 50 Cent, Magic Stick.
Hey, 1 minute 6 seconds. Hey. Yo, that's a classic. No, that's a classic. It
really is.
Hey, Biggs, when you make this mix, man, make sure. Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Say less.
What's your last one, dog?
I went with Pretty Ricky, Juicy. I had to go Pretty Ricky on the ass, you know.
Pretty Ricky,
Juicy for you.
What? Come on now. That's yeah. That's a throwback. Yes. Pretty Ricky had a whole moment, y'all. They really had a moment. And shout out to them. For me, last thing, I'm gonna shout out my team, man. You know what I mean? So for anybody that know, you know what I'm saying, I definitely used to do my thing. I was an artist for a long time. Shout out LTM 3 Dots. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of our songs up there next. We were some nasty ass niggas back in the day. So yeah, and my second verse, that will definitely tell you. Like it's a nasty ass song. Not proud, you know, I'm definitely not proud of like a lot of the things I used to say, but
I didn't even know that was you, bro.
Hold on.
Wait, so hold on. I didn't even know that was you. That's your group? Your old group?
Yeah.
Wow.
LTM 3 Dot. So yeah.
What is the name of the group?
It's in the playlist, LTM 3 Dots.
Yeah. LTM 3. Yeah, I was like first when I first seen it, I was like, who the hell is this? But then I turned it on. I was like, okay, this is all right. You know what I mean? Now that I look back on us, I'm looking at Rome on the second feature. I'm like,
got you.
I didn't even know. He got me. All right.
No, I'm definitely gonna put that on today.
Yeah, we tap it in.
Second, I'm on the second verse, and I ain't gonna lie, I murked it, but it's just when I play it back, I cringe a little bit. You know what I mean? So
Not one of your proudest moments.
Why?
Because the song, the context of the song is about a gangbang. Okay, that's what the song is about. Okay, it's like so.
It's interesting.
Says I got next. That's the hook. I got next. So
wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
What?
moving on. We evolve, right, Charlie?
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
We evolve.
It's that evolution.
And we don't judge. We listen.
Right, we don't judge.
Judge.
Evolution.
I love y'all, man. And we love all of y'all, man. Remember, y'all can find all of our playlists on Tidal. Just search IAX, and you'll find all of our SMC mixes on there. We got the full-on mix coming here shortly as well. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate you tuning in every single time with us. Remember, ask because anything that you need, we'll get those answered on here as well. For your boy Rome Jones, DJ Biggs, our girl Charlie Ray. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to the Saturday morning cleanup. See you next time. Later.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun.
Yes, sir.
It was a good time. We ain't know about the gang stuff though.